Good afternoon, dear students. This is Bijaya shankar sahu from Government High School, Sagipali. Welcome to everyone this live class from Virtual Studio, District Education Office, Sundargarh. Dear student, we were discussing a very interesting story from our non-detailed part, that is a tiger in the house. In that story, we have discussed what was the relationship between an animal with a human being, and the relationship, it was very much beautiful, we can say. From the history point of view, we have stressed that animal became a very faithful friends of human being. Here also, in this particular story, we have learned how grandfather much acquainted and tame that particular tiger. And we know, dear student, tiger is a cruel animal, but here that particular tiger tamed very nicely by the grandfather. So, dear student, today with part 3 of that particular lesson, uh, let's begin our learning without much wasting our time. So, let's move towards the smartboard and continue our learning. Okay. So, today with the part 3 of this particular story, a tiger in the house, we are going to discuss. So, in this particular part, we are going to discuss the reunion of grandfather with tiger Timothy. So about 6 months later, when my grandparents were visiting relatives in Lucknow, grandfather took the opportunity of calling at the zoo to see how Timothy was getting on. I was not there to accompany him, but I heard all about it when he returned to Dera. Dear students, our writer Ruskin Byrne is saying to us that about 6 months later, his grandparents went to visiting relatives in Lucknow, and during that particular part, grandfather thought that it will be a better opportunity that I should meet tiger Timothy in the zoo. Okay, dear student. So he want to know that how our tiger Timothy, or how that particular tiger dealing with the situation. Get on means what? Dealing with the situation. ଆମେ ପରିସ୍ଥିତି ସହିତ କେମିତି ସେ ଖାପ ଖୁଆଇ ଚଳୁଛି ସେଠି କିଭଳି ଭାବରେ ବଢୁଛି ସେଇଟା ଜାଣିବା ପାଇଁ ଗ୍ରାଣ୍ଡଫାଦର ଏଠି ଇଚ୍ଛୁକ. So he went to that particular zoo. Here our writer Ruskin Byrne is telling, I was not there to accompany him. ତାଙ୍କୁ ସେଠି ସାଥୀ ଯୋଗାଇବା ପାଇଁ ସେ ନଥିଲେ, but he came to know all about it whenever grandfather returned back to home. Okay, so from grandfather he heard all these things. Okay, so dear student, this is all about this particular slide. You must note down, these are the words. Get on means deal with the situation. ସମୟ କେମିତି ବିତାଉଥିଲା tiger Timothy. Next, opportunity means chance, ସୁଯୋଗ. ସେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ସୁଯୋଗ ପାଇଗଲେ ଲକ୍ଷ୍ନୌ କୁ ଯାଇଥିଲେ ତ ସେଇ particular zoo କୁ ମଧ୍ୟ visit କରିଦେଲେ. ଏବଂ heard, that past tense of here, you know, here ମାନେ ଶୁଣିବା, heard ମାନେ grandfather ଙ୍କଠୁ. Next, arriving at the zoo, grandfather made straight for the particular case in which Timothy had been locked off. The student Timothy जोठी रखा जायथिला, जो जनता भीतर रखा जायथिला, पूरा grandfather straight पखु वाले. In which Timothy had been locked up. The tiger was there, crouched in a corner. Dear student, already we have acquainted with the word crouch in our previous classes. Crouch means that is a position, bend the knees and bring the upper body forward and down. So, मतलब जाकी कुची की बसिवा. You can able to find in the particular picture, crouch करके से बसिची, but a corner of that particular cage, full grown, पूरा वर्धित माने बढ़ी है चीज़ या भीतर 6 मास भीतर और टिके बढ़ी है चीज़, and with a magnificent striped coat. Dear student, you know the color of the coat, it means the color of the skin or fur of tiger is very lucrative. It is very, very attractive, looking very magnificent of Timothy also. It means the coat, the striped coat of Timothy also looking very magnificent here. चमत्कार देखा होता, येलो ब्लैक जो स्ट्रिप्ड जो दागो पड़ी थिला ता फर उपरे ता चमड़ा उपरे, that is looking very magnificent. बहुत सुंदर देखा होतला पूरा बड़ देखा जाउतला एवं he was just cross in a corner. Okay, so tiger found in that particular case. You can able to find also in this picture how grandfather found him. Okay, so dear student, this is all about this particular slide. I think it is very much clear. Lock up means just put over there. Crotch means already I have told you. Stripe means having strips, मतलब लंबा लंबा गार थिला तार देहरे दाग थिला. Coat means natural covering of an animal, जोटा कि हमें कहि परिबा ता चमड़ा बोली कहि परिबा. ओके, कोट कहले एठी हमें चमड़ा बोली कहि परिबा. तार जो फर थिला, जो हेयर गुडा को थिला. नेक्स्ट, grandfather went there and told, "Hello Timothy," said grandfather, and climbing the railing with ease, he put his arms through the bars of the cage. Dear student, you can able to find सेठू से जाई कहले हेलो टिमोथी এবং जो बार गुडा थिला लुहार दंड गुडा थिला सेठू से चढ़ी गले with ease. Mailing with ease means what? Ease means very carefully, moving carefully. Okay, dear students, and the bar of the cage means long pieces of iron rod or solid materials, whatever it is used. The cage रे जहाँ भी किसी व्यवहार हेतिला एटा आयरन रॉड हे पारे अन्य किसी सॉलिड मटेरियल हे पारे ताकू धरिकी चढ़ी गले बहुत केयरफुली माने सावधानतार सहित बोले. ओके, तो ये भली भाव रे we have understood this particular slide. Must note down these words. Mailing means fence of a wire. A fence of wire, it means तारवाड़ जोटा कि एठी हमें लोहा दंड देखि पारुचे. Okay, so in this way, dear student, grandfather just with so much excitement, having some particularly precautions or carefulness also, he particularly just try to approach the tiger Timothy. Next, कौन हला? The tiger approached the bar. जिते बेले grandfather को देखिला tiger धीरे 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 पाखु पळे आसिला and allow grandfather to put both hands around his head. Wow, such a reunion we can able to find. Tiger Timothy, they are meeting with the grandfather after 6 months. Such a reunion, it was so much beautiful, we can say. केमती देखि पारुचो टाइगर टिमोथी अलाउ करूची ग्रैंडफादर को तार मुंड को शिवा पई. ग्रैंडफादर put his hands around his head. Okay, so here approach means come near or closer the bar. Okay, next dear student, हमें जीवा next slide. Grandfather strokes the tiger forehead. Forehead means जिनकी हमारे इटा forehead, tiger भी इनकी forehead. Forehead means what? हमारे ये जो person को हमें forehead बोली कही था. So grandfather stroked the tiger's forehead and ticked his ear, and whenever he growled, smacked him across the mouth. This was his old way of keeping him quiet. Dear student, this particular slide is very important because important questions will come from this particular slide. Words are there, you need to remember their meaning, and the various particular MCQs may be asked from this particular slide. I have also framed few questions which you are going to face, which are from this particular slide. So just have a look over this particular slide. Here stroke means what? Touch lightly. Here arthala आउंसिबा. Grandfather tiger ro forehead को आउंसिले and tick his ear तार कान को टिके slightly मोड़ी देले. Okay, slightly टिके मोड़ी देले. और जत्ते बेले tiger Timothy growl करथला, गर्जन करथला रागरे. You know, dear student, those who are wild animals and cruel animals, their nature is like this. हमने growl करिवे, हमने गर्जन करिवे. तो जत्ते बेले से रागी की गर्जन करथला, growl करथला. So what was the response? What was the reactions of our grandfather to make him quiet? ताकू शांत करिवा पे कौन करथले grandfather? Smack him across the mouth. Mouth ର चारिपटे थपड़ौथले, slap करथले. Smack means here slap, giving slap. Smack means give a slap. Dear student, this particular word is very important from the exam point of view also. Smack means a slap. Tapuda mariba or thapuda mariba, whatever you can remember. Okay, तो ताकू चुप करिवा पई से कोन करथले? स्मैक करथले. यदि स्मैक रो अर्थ हला चापुडा मारिबा और थपुडा मारिबा. जेबे स्लैप तापरे Tiger Timothy chup he jautila. So this was the old way. Okay, already these things it was practiced by grandfather whenever Tiger Timothy it was there in his home. And the same particular practice here also he has done, and Tiger Timothy found quiet. Okay, dear student, next slide jiba. I think this particular slide is very much clear for all of you. Next time jiba. He licked grandfather's hand. Lick mane kono? Moving tongue across the surface mane chatiba. Grandfather ko hands ku se chatiba ku lagila tara tongue re, and only sprang away when a leopard neared the next case snarl at him. Dear student, dekho seti gote leopard pakare thila. Okay, you can able to find in this particular picture also. There was a leopard in the next case snarl at him. तो जिते बेले से ता पाखु को आसिकिना कोन करथुला माने डरे दउथुला, स्नाल करथुला, तो से डरी जाउथुला. बार्क एंग्रीली माने जिते बेले से चिताबाघटी एठी लियोपार्ड मीन्स कोन चिताबाघटी जिते बेले स्नाल करथुला, गर्जन करथुला, टिके डरौथुला, ताकू फ्राइटेंड हो जाउथुला कि हमर टाइगर टिमोथी और कोन करथुला स्प्रांग अवे हो जाउथुला. ये स्प्रांग अवे मीन्स कोन मूविंग अवे क्विकली, मूविंग अवे क्विकली. तो से शीघ्र शीघ्र कोन करथुला डरी की पछकू फेरी जाउथुला. This situation तमे बुझी पड़थबो. You can able to find better in the picture. The tiger Timothy grandfather कर hand को चाटिवा को लागुथला. एई समय रे पाखरे थिबा लियोपार्ड आसी स्नाल करथुला, गर्जन करथुला, हां की रडुथुला. एई समय रे ये डरी की स्प्रांग अवे करथुला माने पछकू फेरी जाउथुला. एई पर्टिकुलर कॉर्नर को फेरी जाउथुला जोटी से आगुरु बसिथिला. Okay, I think this particular slide also it is very much clear. These words are important. These are the words that are important. You must remember the meaning of all these particular words. Along with its English meaning, you need to understand with your mother tongue also. Okay, but you must remember the meaning of the term in English. Okay, yes, sprang away means moving away quickly. Snarl means bark angrily. Okay, dear student, next we will move to the next slide. Grandfathers saw the leopard away, and tiger returned to lick his hands, but every now and then the leopard would rush at the bar, and the tiger would sling back to his corner. Dear student, this is very interesting. The situation it was very interesting. So what it was happened during that time? Let's understand. Grandfather saw the tiger, saw the leopard away. It means taku hus hus korthule. Hey, hey. Korthule, leopard ti pachu feri jautila. ताकू चुप करौथिले. So means what? Making him silent. Okay, but मानिवा लोक नुहे पुणी फेरी आसुला, पुणी स्नाल करथुला. The leopard would rush at the bar again and again. एठी गोटे वर्ड व्यवहार होची, दीटा वर्ड व्यवहार होची देखो combinedly. But every now and then the leopard would rush at the bar. माने किछि किछि समय व्यवधान रे प्रति मुहूर्त रे से जो लियोपार्ड टा थिला पुणी पळे आस्तुला. एंड ही वाज स्नालिंग एट टाइगर टिमोथी. पुणी गर्जन करिया को लागुथिला. एंड ड्यूरिंग दैट पर्टिकुलर पीरियड ऑफ टाइम व्हाट वाज द रिस्पॉन्स, व्हाट वाज द रिएक्शन? टाइगर टिमोथी स्लिंग बैक टू हिज कॉर्नर. पुणी थोड़े से फेरी होतला. यस, द वर्ड स्लिंग बैक मींस लुची छपी पळेवा. इट मींस स्लाइटली मूविंग बैक. Okay, so I think this particular slide also clear. Again, let me read this particular slide. Grandfather saw the leopard away and the tiger returned to lick his hands. जेते बेले टाइगर को माने लियोपार्ड को से कि भगेई दउथिले, चुप करौथिले, लियोपार्ड टी फेरी जाउथिला. एही समय रे हमर टाइगर टिमोथी पुणी फेरी आस्तुला एवं ग्रैंडफादर कर हैंड को लिक करबा को लागुथिला. किंतु प्रति मुहूर्त रे दैट लियोपार्ड वाज डिस्टर्बिंग, coming again and again towards the bar. Rush at the bar means पूरा शीघ्र क्विकली पळे आस्तुला. very fast move करी पळे आस्तुला एवं डरौथिला टाइगर को. हमर टाइगर टी फेरी जाउथिला तार पूर्व स्थान को, ए कॉर्नर को. This is all about the slide. Next, dear student, we will move to the next slide. Here what it happened. A number of people had gathered to watch the reunion when a keeper pushed his way through the crowd and asked grandfather what he was doing. The student, you can able to find here lot of many people here gathered. So a number of people had gathered to watch the reunion. It was a strange situation. An old man is approaching the tiger, and the tiger also listening to him, allowing him to touch him, allowing him to slap him. Okay, and the activity, it was interesting. People were enjoying the scenery, or we can say that the situation. So whenever a crowd it was found, the keeper of that particular Jew, a keeper of that particular Jew pushed his way through the crowd. Crowd रे जो थिले लोक गुड़ाको से एड़ेइला बाहर कला समस्त को एड़े की से आसिला. Asked grandfather को पचारला what he was doing, कौन करूचंती पचारला. You able to find in the picture also. So here, dear student, reunion means punarmilana. 6 मास परे आउ थरे reunion हेतिले किए Tiger Timothy and our grandfather, and the situation, it was beautiful, it was interesting, and it was full of emotion, we can say. People were enjoying over there the reunion of Tiger Timothy and our grandfather. Okay, dear student. So crowd means bhida. People gather over there. So group of people, it is called as crowd, you know. Next. Our grandfather responded towards the questions of that keeper. I'm talking to Timothy, said grandfather. Were not you here when I gave him to the Jew 6 months ago? So here, our grandfather responded to him. Tiger Timothy सहित कथा होची. हमें कोन एठी नथिलो जेते बेले मु 6 months आगरो याकू देइथिली एठी. Were not you here when I gave him to the Jew 6 months ago? Ego means पूर्वरु. Dear student, ताकू से convince कले तू कोन एठी नथिलु की मु तो 6 months आगरो याकू देइथिली एठी आ मु टाइगर टिमोथी सहित कथा होची. So here the reactions of that particular keeper we will see. कौन से रिस्पोंड कला केमिति रिएक्शंस कला में देखिबा जेतले टाइगर टिमोथी के सहित ये कहउतली जे मु ता सहित कथा होची याकू सुनी की कीपर कौन रिएक्शन थिला में देखिबा. The zookeeper is telling, I have not been here very long. मु एठरे बेसी दिन हला काम करनी बा एठरे बेसी दिन हला नाही एबे एबे अछि आउ. Said the surprise keeper. Surprise means से आश्चर्य हो जाइथिबा विस्मित हो जाइथिबा कीपर रिस्पोंड कला. Please continue your conversation. हमें तमरो कथावार्ता कंटिन्यू करो. But I have never been able to toss him myself. He's always very bad temper. Yes student, एठी देखो टाइगर टिमोथी टी बैड टेम्पर थिला बोली किए कहूची दैट कीपर. बैड टेम्पर मीन्स शॉर्ट टेम्पर जे हठात रागी जाए एवं गर्जन करे उठे. तमो टाइगर टिमोथी को केंती ग्रैंडफादर माने बस करथिले कथा मनैथिले आमे एठी आश्चर्य हेइबा कथा. से कहूची zookeeper, I have not been here very long. Said the surprise keepers, please continue your conversation, but I have never been able to toss him. मुताकु केवे मध्य छुई पारि निये जाए. Is always very short temper or bad temper. से सबु बेले रागी हठात रागी जाए आ मु तो ताकु बहुत डरे मुताकु केवे मध्य छुई पारि ने आई जाए. तो तमे तमर कथावार्ता कंटिन्यू करो. This is all about this particular slide. Reaction देखो कीपर रो से आश्चर्य हो जाउची एवं कहूची तमे कथावार्ता करो ताहले आ मु तो याकू बहुत डरे ये बहुत शॉर्ट टेम्पर बा बैड टेम्पर. Okay, dear student, next आमे जिबा next slide. Why do not you put him somewhere else? कि गोटे मंतव्य दउचंती कि हमर ग्रैंडफादर कहाकू that keeper, to that keeper. So why do not you put him somewhere else? Suggested grandfather. That leopard keeps frightening him. I will go and see the superintendent about it. एठी से कंप्लेन देवा सदृश्य सेटिके कहिथिले जे I will go and see the superintendent about it. माने मु सुपरिटेंडेंट को सहित देखा करिवि या विषय मु कहिवि. प्रथमे तो से सजेशन देले किंतु परवर्ती समय सेटिके रागी कहिले दैट लियोपार्ड कीप्स फ्राइटनिंग हिम. से लियोपार्ड टी याकू बारंबार डराउची. फ्राइटनिंग करिवा माने कोन डियर स्टूडेंट भयभीत करेवा डरेवा से पर्टिकुलर लियोपार्ड टी ए टाइगर टिमोथी को बारंबार डराउची ताकू काई तुमे अन्य जगह रे शिफ्ट करूनो एवं मु या विषय को नहीं कि कोर्ट को जीवी ना सुपरिटेंडेंट को जीवी सुपरिटेंडेंट की जे सेठिकार हेड सुपीरियर देन इंस्पेक्टर सेठिकार तत्त्वावधारक जी पूरा ओवरऑल कथा बुझुची ओके so this is all about this particular slide okay next grandfather went in search of superintendent तो खोजिया को लागिले superintendent को of the Jew but found that he had gone home earlier dear student एठी मध्ये गोटे क्वेश्चन आसे जे ग्रैंडफादर सुपरिटेंडेंट को काहे की पाइले नाही आंसर कोन हबो बिकॉज़ सुपरिटेंडेंट हैड गॉन होम early सेही दिन से सळ पळै थिले and so after wondering about the Jew for a little while he returned to Timothy's cave to say goodbye it was beginning to get dark dear student संध्या हवा को लागि थाए एवं सेही समय जेते बेले सुपरिटेंडेंट को से पाइले नाही काहेकि सुपरिटेंडेंट से दिन सळ पळै थिले जल्दी पळै थिले तो सेही पई ताकू पाइले नाही so after wondering about the Jew लक्ष्यहीन काहाकू तो पाइले नाही एमिति टिके बुलाबुली कला परे पुणी फेरी आसले he returned to Timothy's cave to say goodbye शुभ विदाय कहिबे लास्ट पर्टिकुलरली कन्वर्सेशन टिके करिवे so it was beginning to get dark काहे कि ना संध्या बा रात्रि हेबा आरंभ हो जाय थाए संध्या टिके आलो अपसय जाय थाए डार्क हेबा आरंभ हो जाय ओके संध्या हेबा को असथाय तो सेही समय रे grandfather returned back to Timothy to say goodbye he had been stroking and slapping Timothy for about 5 minutes when he found another keepers observing him with some alarm dear student एठी देखो आउ गोटे सिचुएशन पुणी फेरी आसला परे से स्टॉकिंग एवं स्लैपिंग करथिले स्टॉकिंग करिवा माने आउंसीबा स्लैपिंग करिवा माने चापुडा मारिबा बा थापुडा मारिबा अल्प अल्प के थापुडा से मारुथिले एटा कोन गेलर रेडियो स्टूडेंट दिस इज पर्टिकुलरली इन दिस पर्टिकुलर वे he had been stalking and slapping Timothy for about 5 minutes 5 मिनिट धरि कि ताकू आउंसुथिले थापुडा मारुथिले गेलरे सेही समय देखि पकेला कि another keeper आउ जणे कीपर observing with some alarm means सतर्क वाणी hey करतुबो like this some sound he is using alarm means सतर्क वाणी के सेठी अछि काई छिउछि एंति किछि कहउथुबो okay so in that particular way that keeper was shouting or providing him an alarm सतर्क वाणी ताकू दउछि next grandfather recognized him grandfather देखिले कीपर को एवं recognize करि गले recognize करिबा माने identified चिन्हि जिबा grandfather recognized him as the keeper who had been there when Timothy had first come to the Jew dear student सेही जो कीपर थिला से प्रथमे थिला जेते बेले ग्रैंडफादर आसीथिले टिमोथी को छाडिबा it means that keeper was there whenever grandfather brought Timothy to that Jew for the first time so this was a well-known person is going to meet and he's going to convey the things that what was his complaint that why not this particular Jew authority transfer Tiger Timothy to somewhere else ए मेसेज ता कन्वे करिवार अछि सुपरिटेंडेंट को देखा करि पाले नाही एवं आउटे जणा पर कुसे देखि पकेले एबे से मेसेज ता कन्वे करिवे देखिबा कोन हबो grandfather recognized him as the keeper who had been there when Timothy had first come to the Jew here next slide you remember me said grandfather तमे मते मने पकौचो now why do not you transfer Timothy to another case away from this stupid leopard देखो सीधा कहते stupid leopard stupid means a particular person who know nothing or we can say that who is having not a proper mindset ताको हमें कहि परिबा stupid जो मानकर proper mindset न थाए कोन से माने करूचंती ताको जणा न थाए तो सेही प्रकार व्यक्ति को हमें कोन बोली कहिबा stupid बोली कहिबा जोटे कि ओडिया रे में बोका बोली कहि थाओ so you remember me मते तुमे मने पकोचो now why do not you transfer Timothy to another cage और टाइगर टिमोथी को another cage को तुमे काहे स्थानांतरण करूना away from this stupid leopard यार respond रे कीपर कौन कहला में देखिबा another keeper you can able to find dear student से गोटे कीपर थिला ये अन्य गोटे कीपर next birds stammered the keeper birds stammered the keeper dear student एठी birds सर जेतेबेले से कहूथिला से खनौथिला माने ठीक से कहि पार नथिला stammer means to speak with involuntarily it means having involuntarily pause माने से टिके टिके pause नउथिला माने पूरा भाବରେ कहि पार नथिला खनौथिला it is not your tiger कहूथिला it is not your tiger तो यह सुनी कि ग्रैंडफादर भाविले मो सहित से मजाक करछि ओ से कहले I know said grandfather testily I realize he is no longer mine but you might at least take a suggestions or two from me हाँ मते जना जिससे मु आउ टाइगर ही रहिनी but you might at least take a suggestions or two from me किंतु तमे मोठरू गोटे किबा दीटा सजेशन मंतव्य तो नेबा कथा मतामत तो नेबा कथा ए मो तो टाइगर हे रहिनी मु तुमको तो देई देइछि माने एंती भाबु जंती टाइगर सॉरी हम ग्रैंडफादर भाबु जंती एठी जू कीपर तांग सहित टी मजा करछि ओ ओके बट व्हाट वाज द सिचुएशन लेट्स लर्न कोन पई जू कीपर सेंती कहितला एटा तुम टाइगर नुह बोली जू कीपर पुणी रेस्पोंड करूछि आई रिमेंबर योर टाइगर वेरी वेल said the keeper he died 2 months ago the student ये कथा सुनी कि grandfather died exclaimed grandfather तो जू कीपर कौन कहला I remember your tiger very well मु मने पकोछि मोर मने पडुछि तुम टाइगर बहुत भलो थिला he died 2 months ago किंतु से 2 मास आगरु तार मृत्यु ही सारी मरि जाई सारी एक कथा सुनी कि ग्रैंडफादर एक्सक्लेम विस्मित हो गले डियर स्टूडेंट एवं चित्कार कले डाइड नेक्स्ट यस सर ऑफ निमोनिया डियर स्टूडेंट एठी निमोनिया देखो तार स्पेलिंग देखो तमे पी टाकू साइलेंट करिवो पढला बेले निमोनिया एन टू पढिवो निमोनिया ओके दिस इज अ डिजीज रिलेटेड टू लंग्स ओके सो यस सर ऑफ निमोनिया दिस टाइगर वाज trapped in the hill only last month and he's very dangerous एठी कहिले कीपर टी जे ए टाइगर टी तम टाइगर नुहे ए टाइगर टी लास्ट मंथ रे ही ट्रैप करा जायथिला धरा जायथिला कोठी से हिल टू एवं आपणकर जो टाइगर टिमोथी मरि सारिछि निमोनिया रे माने निमोनिया बीमार हे कि मरि सारिछि एवं ए जो टाइगर लास्ट मंथ रे याको हमें धरछु एवं ये बहुत डेंजरस माने विपदपूर्ण माने एक कथा सुनी कि हम ग्रैंडफादर टिके डरी थिबे ना नै रे पिले निश्चित भाव रे डरी थिबे काहे ना से अन्य गोटे टाइगर को कोन करूचंती टच करूचंती एवं से टाइगर पुनी लीक करूची तांकु चाटुची ओ गॉड व्हाट विल हैपन राइट नाउ व्हाट विल बी द सिचुएशन ड्यूरिंग दैट पर्टिकुलर पीरियड ऑफ टाइम लेट्स लर्न व्हाट इट हैपेंड ग्रैंडफादर कुड थिंक ऑफ नथिंग टू से ग्रैंडफादर किछि कहि पाले नाही संविभूत हो गले द टाइगर वाज स्टिल licking his arm एवं से समय आहुरी आहुरी चाटू थाए with increasing release आनंदर सहित release means just student great pleasure having great pleasure that particular tiger it was licking his arm से समय tiger licking करूची तांकर hand को grandfather took what seems to him and is to withdraw his hand from the cage dear student एठी grandfather के डरी गले कहीं ना जेतले सुनिले जे तांको टाइगर टी मरि जाईची से शॉक हे गले एटा को टाइगर अन्य टाइगर को से टच करि जंती तो ड्यूरिंग दैट पर्टिकुलर पीरियड ऑफ टाइम से टिके शॉक हे गले एवं हाथटी को कोन कले आनी पकेले विथड्रॉ करनेले काढी नेले पहले डरी जीव डियर स्टूडेंट नेक्स्ट विथ हिज फेस नियर द टाइगर्स ही मम्बल एवं सभा शेषरे टाइगर रो मुह पाखु को जाई सेटिके मम्बल कले मम्बल माने हला क्षण स्वर रे कहिले स्लो वॉइस रे कहिले टू स्पीक क्वाइटली कोन बोली कहिले गुड नाइट टिमोथी स्टूडेंट दैट वाज नॉट दैट टाइगर टिमोथी बट एज ग्रैंडफादर already thought that that particular tiger is my Timothy. So in that particular moment also, when he came to know that this particular tiger is not Timothy, still he told that tiger Good night, Timothy. It means he can able to see his Timothy in that tiger. This is the beauty of love, dear student. This is the beauty of love. A love towards an animal by a human being. You can able to find very well here in this particular scene. And giving the keeper a scornful look. ଏବଂ ସେ जो कीपर थिला ताकू टिके घृण्य दृष्टि रे देखिले काहे के देखिले काहे कि ना समान ठीक से ख्याल रखि नांती टाइगर टिमोथी को एवं टाइगर टिमोथी रो डेथ ही जाई छी तो ताकू गुस्सा है कि देखिबे नी कि घृण्य चाहणी रे टिके घृणा सदृश्य से देखिले एंड वॉक ब्रिस्कली आउट ऑफ द जू एवं इतस्तत हे चल चंचल भाबरे क्विकली सेटू पळे गले क्विकली सेटू पळे गले कोठी जूरु बाहर को पळे गले टिके से नाखुश थिले लास्ट मोमेंट रे अब प्रति जो अथॉरिटी प्रति कीपर प्रति कहीं से ठीक से जत्न नहीं ना ऑलरेडी टाइगर टिमोथी डेथ हो जाती सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट द स्टोरी डियर स्टूडेंट हियर इन दिस स्टोरी वी हैव लर्नड अ वेरी ब्यूटीफुल लव रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन अ टाइगर एंड अ ह्यूमन बीइंग दैट इज आवर ग्रैंडफादर रस्किन बर्न्स ग्रैंडफादर एंड टाइगर टिमोथी. Okay, dear student, we came to an end of this particular chapter. We have completed it very nicely. I hope you have understood the concept. It is the time to discuss what you have learned. So, ready with the answer? I am going to ask you the question. So, most of the student, I hope you will try to answer it today and participate one by one. So, first questions, let's see. The grandfather called Rakhlo due to see how Timothy was getting on. About a year later, about a month later, about 6 months later, about a couple of months later. Dear student, एठी कौन हवा आंसर देखो कुआ मते. Option C, about 6 months later. Very good. The answer is correct. Very good. So about 6 months later, grandfather here got the opportunity to meet Tiger Timothy. Very good. The Tiger Timothy रो केमती हालचाल देखिबा पई पळे आसिले जू को. The zookeeper informed grandfather. Next question हमें जीवा. The zookeeper informed grandfather that Timothy died next month. एठी गुटे हमें died next month. एठी गुटे हमें blanks टे पकेबा डेक्स टे पकेबा एवं सेही blanks रे हमें को पर्टिकुलर वर्ड टी पुट करिबा डियर स्टूडेंट के देखिलो 2 months ago, 6 months ago, 3 months ago, 5 months ago. ये जो zookeeper कौन कहिला लास्ट को केते मंथ आगे
2.
Very good. Very good. Yes, your answer is correct. Zookeeper टी कहिला 2 मास आगरु टाइगर टिमोथी रो तुमरो डेथ हे जाई छी. Very good. Well answer. Have you sit dear? Next we'll move to the next particular slide. Question number 3. The grandfather's old way of keeping Timothy's whenever he growl was. ଯେତେବେଳେ ग्राउल करथला माने गर्जन करथला सेही समय टाइगर टिमोथी किबोली भाव से शांत करथले टू स्टॉक हिज फोरहेड टू पुट बोथ हिज हैंड अराउंड हिज हेड टू स्माक हिम अक्रॉस द माउथ all the above.
All the above.
No, you try again. No dear, you try again. An appropriate approach it was done by grandfather to make him quiet. What was that particular approach? You remember it? Not all the above.
Option C.
Option C. Your answer is correct. Very good. Option C will be the correct answer. To smack him across the mouth. से mouth रो चारिपटे ताकू slap करथिले थपड़ुथिले टिमोथी टिमोथी एंती कि कहेगी थपड़ुथिले. Dear student, okay? तो ताकू थपड़ुथिले बा चापुड़ा मारुथिले तो सही समय से शांत होतला. This is the old way to make him quiet. Timothy had died of dex 2 months ago. कौन है कि तार मृत्यु हेथिला of pneumonia, dysentery, diarrhea, cholera.
Option A. Pneumonia. Option A. Pneumonia.
Very good. Very
Pneumonia.
good. Very good. Very good.
Thank you,
well
sir.
So, okay, have you sit dear? Have you sit? Very good. Next. When grandfather was talking and slapping the tiger in the zoo, another keeper was observing him with some decks. Surprise, interest, curiosity, alarm.
Alarm.
Remember?
Alarm.
Very good. Very good. किछि सतर्क वाणी से नहीं कि से चिल्लौथला बा किछि गोटे कहउथला सतर्क करौथला काहा को हम ग्रैंडफादर को. So the answer will be alarm. Okay. So here You have correctly answered. It is the answer is it here. We will mark. Sorry, dear student, just mark over here. Okay, the answer is correct. Next question. I know, I realize he's no longer of mine. The speaker here is the writer's grandfather, Timothy's keeper, the superintendent of the Jew. What will be the answer?
Option B, the writer's grandfather.
Very good. Very good. Here, the answer will be option number B, the writer's grandfather. It means our writer is Ruskin Byrne and his grandfather. So here the answer will be option number B. Very good. Well done. Have you seen dear? Next we'll move to the next question. Grandfather asks one of the keepers of the Jew to transfer Timothy to another case because karana kaun thila. The case was too small for him. Timothy felt uncomfortable there. A leopard in the next case kept frightening him. He was disturbed by the visitors. What will be the appropriate answer here? To analyze and answer me quickly. ग्रांडफादर कहीं जू कीपर को कहूले जे टाइगर टिमोथी को स्थानांतरण तुम कहीं करन अन्य जू अन्य ऑप्शन सी वेरी गुड
Option C.
very good yes so here the answer will be option C a leopard in the next case kept frightening him सब बेले आसिक स्नाल करथला गर्जन करथला एवं ये डरी जाउथला the answer is correct here next the grandfather wanted to see the superintendent of the Jew about Timothy's death, well-being, serious illness, transferred to another case away from the leopard, violent behavior. कोथि पाई माने से मीट करब चाहतली सुपरिटेंडेंट को सहित
Option C.
Option C yes
Option
the
C.
answer will be again option C yes very good dear have you seen
Option C. Option C.
yes
Option
correct
C.
correct
Option C.
yes I got it next question dears where according to the zookeeper had the tiger that grandfather was stalking and slapping been trapped a month before जो particular tiger को से slapping करथले stalking करथले से tiger टी को थारु trap करा जायतला option what you told can you tell me again just on your mic and say again dear option C
C.
no it is not C try more try
Option
another
A.
time.
Option A.
In the forest also no so this question is quite easy and you people are unable to
Option
answer
B.
option B yes
In
right
the
now the
hills.
answer is correct in the hills very good that keeper told in the hills and the answer will be in the hills only okay so this will be the correct answer next question dears the grandfather took an ace to withdraw his hand from the case because se kahinki ଶେଷରେ ତାଙ୍କର ଆର୍ମସ୍ କୁ ତାଙ୍କର ହାତକୁ କେଜ୍ ରୁ କାଢି ନେଲେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଟାଇଗର ଟି ଲିକ୍ କରୁଥିଲା the tiger was still leaking his arms with increasing release ସେଇଥିପାଇଁ now the tiger seized his arms now the tiger took hold of his arms firmly now he was shocked at the news of
Option D.
Timothy's death option D very good
Thank you, sir.
very good yes this is the particular situation he got shocked at the death of tiger Timothy ର death ହେଇଗଲା ବୋଲି ସେ shock ହେଇଗଲେ ଏବଂ संगे संगे କିଛି कहि पाइले नाही ଏବଂ ସେ ସମୟରେ ହାତଟି remove କରିନେଲେ okay so this is the situation when he withdraw his hand very good dears next we will move to the next question the grandfather walked briskly out of the Jew giving the keeper a dax look କିଭଳି ଭାବରେ ତାକୁ ଦେଖିଲେ puzzle look dirty look scornful look questioning look try to answer what is that particular term used in the story students from Jerem High School you can answer right now answer it is a very easy question the grandfather walked briskly out of the Jew giving the keeper a dax look last को किभଳି चाहाणी देकी से जू रु बाहर को पळेले Okay.
C, C.
Yes.
Option C.
Yes. Yes. Very
Option
good.
C is
Very good.
scornful.
Yes. Scornful look. घृण्य चाहणी. Scornful look. घृण्य चाहणी. it is dissatisfied. Yes. Next question. Okay. Okay. Dear. Next time. Next question. Jiba. What is the meaning of the online word smack him across the mouth? Here the online word smack means what? Hit, slap, eat, or touch. What will be the correct response to this
B.
particular question?
Option B.
Option B.
Option
Yes.
B. B.
Yes. Yes. I have given also while I was explaining the concept, I have given the meaning of this particular term. It means give a slap. Smack means give a slap. So the answer will be slap only. So dear student, in this way you have well answer, and I hope you all understood the concept, and very congratulations to all of you that you have answered me and made me satisfied regarding this particular class. So this particular story is also quite important from the exam point of view also. Learn it with your full enthusiasm or interest. Okay, these are few homework questions for you. So I hope you will do it and you will concern to your concerned teachers, whoever it is there in your school. So this is all about today's class, dear student. I hope you will have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you. Have a nice day again.